My dad refused to walk me down the aisle because my sister, who hates me, had planned a party on the same day. Can you imagine standing at the altar on your wedding day, knowing the one person who should be by your side chose someone else? My own father abandoned me at the 11th hour, all thanks to my sister's twisted jealousy. But what he didn't see coming was the incredible man who stepped up, and believe me, his reaction to that still sends shivers down my spine. Growing up, our family looked picture perfect from the outside. A modest house, a white picket fence, blooming tulips in spring. My dad, Richard, was my hero. He was tall, commanding, but had the gentlest smile. Every morning, he'd sit with me at breakfast, telling me I had the brightest mind, that I'd change the world. Those words meant everything. My mom, Eleanor, was our family's peacekeeper, always patient, always putting us first. She taught me to bake her famous cookies, helped with homework, and balanced out my dad's occasional strictness. But everything changed when I was 12. Mom started feeling tired, and within 3 months, we got the devastating diagnosis, stage 4 pancreatic cancer. 6 months later, she was gone. It left a gaping hole we never properly addressed. My sister, Vanessa, was 3 years older, and our relationship was complicated, even before Mom died. She always seemed to resent the bond one had with Dad. I was bookish, she was athletic. Mom tried to celebrate us equally, but Vanessa saw every compliment I got as a slight against her. After Mom passed, that tension exploded. Dad threw himself into work, often not coming home until late. I think it was his way of avoiding the emptiness. Vanessa, just 15, quickly filled that vacuum. She appointed herself the new lady of the house. Dad's dealing with enough. She'd scold if I asked when he'd be home. He has important clients. We need to be strong for him. I watched her transform. She started cooking, taking control. Dad seemed grateful, and their bond strengthened while mine with him began to fray. His business success only made it worse. He became a senior partner, more money, even less time. Vanessa, though? She manipulated it masterfully. Adrian just spent $60 on art supplies, she'd tell him, conveniently forgetting it was for a school project he'd ignored. Or, Adrian doesn't need you at her band concert. She knows how busy you are. Meanwhile, I was counting the days, desperate for him to show up. By high school, Vanessa had crafted a completely false narrative about me. I was rebellious, ungrateful, only interested in friends. The truth? I was retreating into my books and art, coping with losing both my mother and, increasingly, my father. The ultimate betrayal hit during my junior year. I was nominated for a prestigious art scholarship. I'd reminded Dad for weeks. The night before the ceremony, I overheard Vanessa on the phone with him. Adrian told me she doesn't want to make a big deal, she purred. Having you there might make her nervous. Maybe just send a card. The next day, I sat alone. Dad texted congratulations, claiming an important client dinner. His assistant later confirmed Vanessa had called, rescheduling my ceremony in his calendar. When I confronted her, she just shrugged. You always want all the attention. It's pathetic. By 18, I couldn't wait to leave. I chose a college across the state, eager for distance. I limited visits home to major holidays, enduring Vanessa's jabs and my father's distant politeness. Then, during sophomore year, I met Benjamin. He was kind, logical, and our coffee meetup turned into a 3-hour conversation. Within a month, we were inseparable. Benjamin came from a warm, boisterous family. His mom, Laura, his dad, Henry, and his younger brother, Noah, they welcomed me like I'd always belonged. Full story on the channel link below. Click now and watch what happened next.